One, like I already said, the desire for the farm was just integral and part of my life. Thought I could learn everything I ever. My mom would be there with my grandma, and they'd be making dinner for us. So the family was really close and all rooted in the farm. So naturally, growing up, that's what I thought I was always going to do, is I was just going to be a farmer. Well, little did I know that God possibly had other plans for me. So this started out in second grade. I remember being at Mass one Saturday night, which is when we always went to Mass. And just something special about the priest kind of struck me. You know, we always have to go to Mass. We always have to go see this guy stand in front of us and tell us these stories that half the time I don't even understand. But we have to go see him. There must be something special about this. There must be something special about this guy. So after Mass, being the strong family man that I am, I asked my parents, I'm like, where's Father's family? We never see Father's family, or his kids. All we see is Father. Where's his family? And they proceeded to tell me that, you know, Father lives alone in the rectory. He's alone all the time, and he doesn't have any kids. No wife or kids. So for me, I was like, okay, yep, that's out the window. I'm not going to be that special guy. So moving forward from there, again, my heart's in the farm. I'm going to farm. That's what I'm going to do with the rest of my life. This little second grader knows his life plan. But I could never reject the fact that this thought always stuck with me, that I always knew there was something special about the priesthood. There was something special about the priest. Going through elementary, you don't really think about it. You know, people ask what you're going to do. You're like, oh, that's too far away. I'm never going to think about that. Get into junior high, and people start telling me, you know, you would make a great priest at some point, or you would make a great priest. And for me, it was kind of like, okay, I know that there's this stirring in my heart. I recognize that there's this little call there. But I'm going to be a farmer. That's what I always tell people I was going to do. Going into high school, though, the desire, again, just continues to grow. It just never really went away. I tried to push it away, but it never really went away. So I got involved in Teen Talk, which was our youth group at the time. And we had the opportunity my sophomore year to go on a broom tree retreat. And I went because we got out of 2 days of school. Who wouldn't go? So on our way down there, I jumped in Father Jeremy's car because I wanted to be the cool guy that got to ride with Father. So on the way down, I'm sitting in the passenger seat, and he looks over at all the guys in the car, and he's like, so you remember when I asked you to pray about what you wanted out of this week? He's like, I'd just like to, you know, hear a little insight about what you guys received from prayer. And so all of us are like, we didn't do that. Of course, me being in the passenger seat, I'm the first one he looks to, so I'm like, yeah, I just want to know what God is calling me to do with my life. I figured that was a safe answer, that, you know, he's like going to be satisfied with that, and he seemed to be. He moved on to the rest of the guys. I thought my answer was better than Josh's. But while we were on that retreat, I guess say that after he moved on to the other guys, I kind of quick did a little prayer so that later that night at confession I didn't have to say blatantly that I lied to him in the car. So kind of in retrospect, I'm like, God, you know, allow my heart to be open so that I can hear your words this weekend, so that I know where you're calling me in life. Didn't really expect to get much out of it, but so the second day of the retreat, we had an hour and a half to go off in silence and pray something, however we wanted to. And I didn't know what I was going to do with that hour and a half. So I decided at Broomtree, there's those carvings of the Stations of the Cross at the family camp that you can walk the little trail. I'm like, that should kill some time. I think I'll go walk the trail. So I started out at the first station. I'm like, well, I am supposed to be praying with these. So I kind of started praying my way through them. And as I walked along the trail, my prayer kept getting deeper, and I began to realize like there was this anger and frustration that came up. Okay, well, that doesn't come from God. Why would I get angry or frustrated at God? So just push that aside. We don't need to deal with that. Keep going along the trail and recognize, okay, now there's like this bitterness or this sadness that's coming up, and like, I feel like I'm going to cry. Well, let's just push that away. We don't want to do that. So getting further along the stations, and now I'm actually like praying with this because I'm like, this is weird. I've never had this happen before. And I just continue to go through the stations and realize, like, once I get to the, right before the crucifixion, where Jesus is stripped of all of his garments, I'm like, okay, God, like, take all this away. Just, like, strip me of everything that's going on and allow me to see where you're calling me in this, what you're doing in this, because right now I feel like you're not here at all and I don't know where you're at. So just take all this away so that I can see you. So walk up the big hill there to the crucifixion and just kind of broke down, I guess. Snot and boogers all over the place. And just kind of just broke down in this tremendous desire or recognition of God's love for me. And really didn't know where to go with that and kind of went on from there. And I'm like, okay, let's not tell anybody that happened. But a couple weeks later, I brought it up with Father Jeremy, and I realized that the trail along the stations was like a synopsis of my whole life. At the beginning, of our life, we never really have this understanding of God or what we're going to do. We're just kind of moving through life, killing time. But as we move further through life, God calls us, and then we can reject the call and be like, nope, I'm not going to do that. And then furthermore, as we move further throughout life, we can tend to grow in anger and frustration, not only with God, but with ourselves, as we recognize that our life is not being fulfilled. And I recognize that my life kept getting worse and worse, and it was being less and less fulfilling as I moved on. And then realizing, like, I guess at the epitome of the crucifixion, just taking that step to hand my life over to Christ and to do what he wants to do. And after making that decision and coming to seminary, knowing that my life will always be fulfilled in him and I don't have to worry about all the details of it. So through God's great mercy, I am now here before you, and all I can say is, praise be Jesus Christ.